How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Fordham Firesides. Today is a very special episode. We are going to be reacting to the Oscar nominations live right now. They came out this morning. I restrained myself and I did not look at them yet, so this is going to be the first time that I'm seeing any of these, and I'm here with my friend Dave, who's done the exact same thing.
Very excited to be here. Yeah, I've been in suspense since I woke up today.
Yeah, I know. I've been in class. I'm like, I kind of want to know, should I do it? Does it matter? But I held on, so.
Yeah, it's more fun this way anyways. So.
Yeah, it is. So we're going to pull these up right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we'll read them off. It's probably going to start with Best Picture because that's usually how they break these down. Here we go, CNN.
Yeah, I'm on CNN too.
Okay, there we go. All right, so Best Picture. Now, before we get into this, how did you feel about this year in movies? Because I thought it was like exceptionally weak.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. For those people who like interpret film as like an art form, and really like dig into it, definitely fair. I think. I mean, looking at the Golden Globes with like a movie like Bohemian Rhapsody winning best drama
and Green Book, and I like. We'll get into it more, but I like both those movies. But they're very like toothless, safe crowd pleaser movies.
Yeah, that's great.
And they're like the weakest winners I've seen for even the Golden Globes in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I thought Green Book was safe. That was great, but like it's such a safe choice.
Yeah, like I enjoyed that movie, but both of those movies are just something I wouldn't want to like watch again anytime soon. Like my favorite movie this year is Infinity War. I'm a Marvel fan, but I can't actually think of a year where that's actually a Marvel movie's been one of my favorites. Okay. And I do think it is definitely the best Marvel film, but usually there'd be something in like the Oscar seasons that comes around like La La Land or The Revenant that ends up being my favorite, but that just did not happen this year.
That's fair.
So let's look at these nominations. So we have Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice. So, looking at this, like in a normal year, I would feel like Roma, A Star Is Born, and The Favorite would be, and maybe Black Klansman would be movies that would like show up.
Yeah, I think Black Klansman is strong for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a different choice just because of like the tone has more of like a Spike Lee like satire like vibe to it, and I can't see that one winning by any means just because of that. I don't know, maybe it would, but it'd be such a weird pick. It's probably my favorite on this list.
Okay.
Actually, no, I like Vice.
Really? Okay. I guess that's where we disagree.
But Vice, Vice, I can't see winning either. That's a very divisive movie.
Sure.
I just found that movie like exceptionally entertaining.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I disagree. I didn't find it. I mean, I think regardless of where you stand in the like political spectrum, I think anyone could really enjoy Vice. But I didn't find it very compelling. I felt almost as if it came across as if they were embellishing so much that it didn't feel like any of it was like historically accurate. I feel like it seemed like they were like trying to push this one narrative that might be the case, but I feel like they did it in such a way that like it lost its objectivity and like its truthfulness.
I guess maybe I went in with such low expectations for how it would portray the movie politically that it seemed like almost fair to Dick Cheney. They don't make him look like a good guy, but they don't make him look like this like heartless monster.
Okay.
And you could argue that maybe it does, but like there's arguably scenes where he seems sympathetic and he does seem like a real person. Even if he's a very like manipulative and cunning person. But I just thought the editing choices and the directing style of Adam McKay, which he showed in The Big Short, was like he had more style even in Vice, and I just thought it was like a really cool movie to watch like all the way through. And that's probably my favorite on this list, and then probably Black Klansman. The rest of the movies, I like A Star Is Born.
Oh, I love A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
A Star Is Born is a masterpiece. It's definitely my favorite on the list. I think that it's unparalleled in modern cinema.
Really?
I think if Michelangelo was alive today, he would have directed and starred and written A Star Is Born. That's how good it is.
So my problem with The Star Is Born is one, the acting's great. The directing is like shockingly great from Bradley Cooper. He seems like a well-established director. It's not just like John Krasinski with A Quiet Place, where it's like he made a very competent movie. Like no, like Bradley Cooper's directing in A Star Is Born is like next level, like top notch. There's so much going on.
Yeah, and then the same is to say about Lady Gaga's acting.
Yeah,
ability.
yeah.
Like,
but with the story of the movie, I felt like lacked any message or anything that I would take away from the movie. And I mean, if we get into, are we gonna like spoiler territory here?
Oh, definitely. I think
okay, so
at this point,
so at the end of the movie, spoiler alert from here on out for every movie we've seen. He kills himself. He hangs himself, and then she like sings on stage, and it ends. But the entire narrative of the movie like is them meeting, falling in love. She becomes famous. He doesn't really like the type of music she ends up producing, but he feels like he can't be good enough for her, and then he kills himself, and then she like kind of sings at the end and cries. But there was no message about like, it kind of brushes with maybe selling out, it brushes with the idea of addiction, but it doesn't have any like hard commentary on any of that. There's no like deeper like level to the movie.
I guess I agree that it didn't go deep enough in terms of the idea of like selling out to like that popular music instead of like staying true to the art, which is like what Bradley Cooper's character wanted to do. But I think it certainly went deep enough in like expressing like the hardships of addiction, even though it's not going to like explicitly talk about what exactly he's feeling. I think the way that it was able to highlight his struggle with addiction, his struggle with like mental illness, and the fact that how attached you are watching that movie and like how compelling both their performances are, that you do feel like an emotional bat was just taken to your back of your head when you watch him kill himself at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just more of a credit to the performances than the writing, though.
That's fair.
It just feel like there was like a lot of like smaller themes that like played a role in the story, but none of them went further than kind of surface level to me. Okay. And it worked because I liked the movie. Like I'd say it's like a good 8 out of 10, just because it does everything else right. But it felt like a movie where like La La Land, where I needed like to like think about it for a long time after, and I had nothing to think about after that movie besides it was really well done.
That's a fair critique.
Yeah, I like it.
How would you say that it goes head to head against like what it lost to Bohemian Rhapsody at the Golden Globes?
It's definitely better than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
We should talk about that because that's, I guess, the favorite to win. It may be Green Book, but it's Bohemian Rhapsody is the most like crowd pleaser movie I've seen in like 3 years, even more than Green Book.
I think it was so. People always like rank on comic book movies because they're like stuck in the confines of like a superhero movie is. I feel like these sort of historical like band music movies are kind of stuck in something that's similar. It starts off where the character is just a hopeful amateur, no man's land, and then they get their big shot, they make it big, and then they have some sort of falling out, and then they come back into it at the end.
And it does exactly
what they did. It wasn't compelling.
And that last scene though, at the Live Aid concert, incredible.
Oh, it was
so good.
Great. I love how they used the original Live Aid audio too.
Yeah, and I think they left out like a couple songs. Like they didn't play "We Will Rock You" or something, but it was mostly all of it, and that was like awesome to see. Rami Malek, great job. That's what all the critics are saying. He's like the one thing that saved that movie for sure. And the movie was like fun all the way through. I was never really bored, but it rushes through so much. Like in the first 20 minutes, it's like he meets the band. He like, you know, everyone's like, he meets his love interest, they get a record deal, and they're like in the studio, like there's like way too much that happens like at once, and it's just like breezes through it. And also like some of the stuff because I don't know too much about Queen's history, so like I thought it was like really interesting to see like, oh, he was at this concert and he goes like back and like talks to these guys and like joins their band because he like sings in front of them and stuff, and they're like, oh wow, we could use you. None of that's true.
And, really?
Yeah, it's all nonsense. And the thing is, the two living members of Queen, I can't remember their names, they like wanted the movie to be that way. They wanted it to be like a celebration of Queen, but it makes it very like watered down and like fun. And that's why Sacha Baron Cohen like dropped from the movies because they wanted to make it too like family friendly and not like the
PG-13.
They didn't want like a dark look at Freddie Mercury. Mercury.
Yeah, and I felt like his relationship with his father was a little bit underdeveloped too. They kind of hinted at that, how his father was like this strict person who was like very conservative.
Yeah, every relationship in the movie was underdeveloped besides him and his ex-wife. Or wife. I don't know if they actually got divorced or something.
Unclear there. She takes the ring off.
It was just an incredibly surface level movie that I enjoyed and paid off in the end. But like that, it could have done more, but it lacks any real bite for me.
Certainly.
Some cool shots.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Great music, obviously.
Yeah.
That's not to the writers.
Yeah. It's cool. I read up on how they did it too, because they used his actual, like Rami Malek obviously couldn't sing like that, so they used actual like Queen like tracks in the movie, but then they had some Canadian singer come in and like dub over his voice because he's like does like a sick impression of Freddie Mercury.
That's cool.
So like they use that for other scenes. So let me talk about the ones I haven't seen, just so I can say that I haven't seen them. I haven't seen Roma or The Favorite.
Yeah, same. Those are the only two I haven't seen either.
I'll probably see The Favorite. The Favorite's directed by Yorgos Lagis, something, I don't know, like Swedish guy or something, who directed The Lobster and Killing of a Sacred Deer, and I've seen both of those. Those are very weird movies, bizarre, fascinating. Not something I'd want to watch again, either of them, but I'll probably check out The Favorite because I enjoyed them enough to, and like this is his first like Best Picture nominee.
And The Favorite, Olivia Colman won Best Performance by an Actress.
Yeah.
The Favorite. It's gotten great reviews.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm sure it's a, I'm sure it's
a
weird movie.
It could be a sleeper pick.
And then Roma is Alfonso Cuarón's movie of Gravity and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban fame and Children of Men. And I've been meaning to watch that for a long time. It's a black and white Netflix film, foreign language, about a family in Mexico. It's supposed to be amazing. I think looking at all these movies, that one has like the best like review score on like Metacritic too. Oh, wow. I just don't think it will win because I don't know if they'd give it to a foreign language film, and it also doesn't have the same hype as Bohemian Rhapsody or Green Book. But I'll have to watch it. So Green Book. We kind of talked about it.
Yeah, we mentioned it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's much else to say. It's a really nice movie about, like the political climate in the 1960s, that can like reflect to today. A lot of people didn't like it because they found, I mean, we both said it's also a kind of a surface level movie, but I do think it's nice that the, like the friendship between Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali's character is like, it's a really like happy one that can attract to a lot of people. Certainly. And you don't need like a really like heavy movie about like racism in America all the time. So it's kind of nice that movie is kind of like reaching out to a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely.
But also both actors in that movie are incredible.
Yeah, they did an amazing job.
Yeah, that's one thing is that this Best Picture category has some great acting. Well, Black Panther. That's the one we haven't talked about.
Well, I mean, Black Panther, great movie. Great addition to the MCU.
Yeah, we're both Marvel fans, so we both like it. I think it's a really good Marvel movie. It probably falls somewhere in the middle of my rankings of Marvel movies. It does a lot right. This is the first superhero movie to be nominated for Best Picture, and I don't feel like it's on the level of better superhero movies like Logan or The Dark Knight, but it makes sense because of just like how socially relevant it was and how it like reached a lot of people. So I'm not really surprised to see it on here.
It definitely does something groundbreaking on a cultural level. The all black cast, which is amazing. But I think like with movies like Black Klansman on the list, I just don't see Black Panther being able to compete.
And I think just from a filmmaking perspective, it's by far the weakest one on here.
I agree.
So I mean, I don't really want to see that one win, and the thing is, I don't know which ones I want to see win. Like, I guess I'd be fine with Green Book. I'd be kind of surprised if Vice won. I don't know if I want it to win though. I would be happy with A Star Is Born.
Yeah, I think A Star Is Born definitely deserves to win. Obviously, I'm biased because that was favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, and Black Klansman I'd be happy with, but
Black Klansman or A Star Is Born.
Yeah, But if Bohemian Rhapsody wins, like I'll be
disappointed.
Yeah, I said last year when Shape of Water won, I was like, this is the weakest Best Picture winner since Crash in 2004. If Bohemian Rhapsody wins, and honestly, if even Green Book wins, like this will be kind of like a new low bar.
Same thing, yeah.
But I don't know. It's just kind of, it's not like there's no real heavy hitters in this nomination list. Like
that's fair
on the level of previous years. All right, we spent a lot of time on that one.
Did.
So
well, that's the biggest category.
Yeah. So actress in a supporting role. This is like the one they always do first during the show. Amy Adams for Vice, Marina de Tavira for Roma, Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone for The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. So I guess the only one I've seen here is Vice. Amy Adams is really good in it. She clearly wasn't like the best performance of the movie. That would be Christian Bale, but like she was really good in it. And
I mean, Regina King won the Golden Globe.
That's right.
Yeah, for Beale Street Could Talk. I haven't seen it. So
I didn't either. I'm surprised that wasn't nominated because who's the director? Was it Barry Jenkins, maybe, who directed Moonlight? This is his next movie. Okay. So I'm surprised that wasn't nominated for Best Picture. So I could see going to her. I would probably guess. Well, no, Olivia Colman would be leading role. So
yeah, I don't think Amy Adams' character in Vice was big enough.
Yeah, no, I would assume it would go to Regina King just from the fact she won the Golden Globes. Yeah. Actor in a supporting role, Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Adam Driver for BlacKkKlansman. I'm kind of surprised to see that. Sam Elliott for A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me? That was that Melissa McCarthy movie that was supposed to be pretty good. Didn't see it. And Sam Rockwell for Vice.
I'm surprised Sam Elliott's on here from A Star Is Born.
That's who I want to win. He was so good in that movie. He's so like subtly good. Like I feel like everyone talks about the scene where he's like backing out of the driveway and he's like on the verge of tears. Beautiful. And I've seen that guy in so much stuff, from like Parks and Rec to like a string of Coen Brothers movies. And I'd love to see him win. I think that'd be really cool. And I do think he had a really understated role that was pretty incredible. So I'd probably like want him to win. I could see
Ali from Green Book. Yeah, he won the Golden Globe.
Yeah, I could see it going to him.
He had a great performance.
Adam Driver, I really liked in the movie. It was like he had an entertaining character that you wouldn't like really expect, like the Jewish guy who goes to the KKK meetings, who plays the main character, but in real life. It was kind of an interesting twist there. But
yeah, it was a good twist.
Sam Rockwell, I love him, but like he's in like 10 minutes of the movie as George W. Bush. And he also won this exact award last year, so I really doubt he'll do it again. And I haven't seen the Can You Ever Forgive Me?
I'm surprised Sam Rockwell over Steve Carell for Vice.
Steve
Carell had a bigger part.
Yeah, it's true. I'd say like his performance as Rumsfeld was like not that unique though. It felt like it didn't feel that different than like his role in Big Short. So I don't know. Original song, All the Stars from Black Panther. I really like that song.
Great song.
I like it better than Shallow, which is also
oh my god.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't really like the music from A Star Is Born that much. The vocal performances great, but
jeez.
All Fight, RBG, I don't know what that is. The Place Where Lost Things Go, Mary Poppins Returns. Okay. And When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings from the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I like that movie.
Yeah.
But that was like my that movie is. Did you see it?
No.
It's broken up into 6 short films of like weird stuff happening in the Wild West, and that's a song from the first one. That was honestly like my least favorite section of the movie. So I don't know.
I mean, I know you say you don't like it, but come on, Shallow's gonna win. There's no conceivable universe
it's gonna win.
where Shallow doesn't win Best Original Song.
It will definitely win.
Lady Gaga deserves at least that much.
Yeah.
If it wins nothing else, it's gonna win Original Song.
Yeah. Animated feature film: Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. No surprises here.
Yeah.
Every animated movie I saw this year is
same
on here.
Same as the Golden Globes list.
Yeah, I didn't see Mirai. Ralph Breaks the Internet I enjoyed the first time I saw it, and then I kind of like I kind of lost interest over time.
I haven't seen it.
It's fun. There's some good jokes in there, but Isle of Dogs I really really like. Incredibles 2 I think is really mediocre.
I agree.
It's
not doesn't hold a hair to the first one.
Yeah, it just lacks like the tone or like just like the smartness to the script, it felt just kind of, and they do the dumb twist villain thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's becoming a cliche for us to say these movies are surface level. But Incredible 2 is definition of surface level.
It's a surface level type of year, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I think it's clearly the best animated movie on here. I really hope it wins. Like maybe it'll go to Incredibles 2. I'd
be surprised.
Before Spider-Man came out, like I was probably gunning for Isle of Dogs, which I really like, but Spider-Man's my pick for this one. Adapted screenplay, Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Did not know that was adapted screenplay. Black Klansman, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born.
So I've only seen Black Klansman and A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give it to A Star Is Born.
I mean, I could see it winning, but it's also adapted from a movie that came out before it, or 4 movies that came out before it. So I don't know. That might be a weird pick, but I guess it would go to that. Maybe Black Klansman, because usually like the screenplay awards is where they like throw a bone to like the best picture contenders that were maybe like would have placed like 3rd or 4th.
Yeah,
it's like what they do with like The Big Short, Call Me by Your Name, and like so maybe Black Klansman, but I guess it could go to Stars Born because they'll probably try and give it as many awards as possible besides Best Picture. Original screenplay, First Reformed. I hated that movie.
Yeah,
I hated that. That's like this Ethan Hawke like tiny like art house film about like some like priest who like loses his mind. It was just like too weird for the point where it was just like gross to watch. Not that there's anything specifically gross in the movie. I just didn't like anything about it. Okay. I guess it's well done. I'm sure it does like everything it was probably intending to do perfectly, but not for me. Green Book, sure. Roma, sure. The Favorite, sure. Vice, probably not going to win.
What do you think of Green Book here?
Yeah.
Or Roma, depending on how it turns out.
I think Green Book. I think Roma's going to win Best Foreign Film, and that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah. All right, so actor in a leading role, Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper for Star is Born, Willem Dafoe for At Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen for Green Book. This is pretty stacked.
Yeah, it is. I think 2 front runners, Christian Bale, Vice, and Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody. I think they had the best 2 performances of the year.
I think my personal pick would be Bradley Cooper.
Really?
Because his performance in Silver Linings Playbook, probably one of my favorite performances of the decade, and I think this is better.
Wow. I mean, I agree. I just wanted to see objective. A Star is Born is my favorite movie, if I haven't made that clear yet.
I would have liked to see him win because he hasn't won one yet.
Yeah.
And neither is Rami Malek, but I feel like Bradley Cooper is like, it's like his time, and this is also probably his best performance. So I'd like it to go to him, but I could see it's probably going to go Rami Malek or Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And
I think Christian Bale just like knocked it out of the park with Vice.
He really did. I would guess it would go to him because they're both doing the same thing. They're both playing historical figures, kind of. I don't know if Dick Cheney's a historical figure yet. Sort of. But like if I had to pick one, I think Christian Bale did a better job, even though Rami Malek did a great job.
Yeah.
But I guess there's just more subtlety to Christian Bale's performance. So that's my pick. Actress in a leading role, Yalitza Aparicio from Roma. I feel bad I haven't seen this movie now.
Yeah.
Glenn Close, the wife, she won for the Golden Globe, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen or even really heard of that movie. Lady Gaga for A Star is Born, Olivia Colman, The Favorite, Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Melissa McCarthy, wow. Have you seen that?
No. I kind of want to, though. But, I mean, I would have expected Lady Gaga to win this, like, in a landslide. But considering she didn't win the Golden Globe, like, Olivia Colman could be, like, a bigger pick, maybe. Just, I don't know.
So they're probably going to be the 2 front runners. I mean, Lady Gaga just like I think she surprised everyone with her acting chops. Yeah,
I mean, she was in American Horror Story. Yeah,
she won an Emmy for that, I think. Right?
Yeah, or Golden Globe.
Did she? Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I think people knew she could act, but this is more of like a restrained performance. Like, Like I'm assuming what she did in American Horror Story was like an eccentric, like Gaga type performance.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Like, I guess I don't have enough of a stake in this category because I haven't seen enough of them, but probably Olivia Colman or Lady Gaga. Best Director, Spike Lee, Black Klansman. Pawlikowski for Cold War. That was one of the foreign language movies. Yorgos Lanthimos, The Favorite, Alfonso Cuarón, Roma, and Adam McKay, Vice.
No Stars Born.
Yeah, no Bryan Singer for Bohemian Rhapsody. Wow. No Green Book guy either.
So Roma won, or Alfonso Cuarón won the Golden Globe.
Oh, for Best Director? Yeah. I guess it would go to him.
If not
Spike Lee. I think it should have been Bradley Cooper, but it could go to Spike Lee also. Mm-hmm. Has he ever won Best Director?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. I would have expected Bradley Cooper to be on there, but
yeah, it's kind of a shocker actually.
Yeah, I guess I would go with Cuarón for that one for my guess. Production design: Black Panther, no. The Favorite, First Man, Mary Poppins Returns, and Roma. Black Panther had kind of bad production design, I think.
I agree.
So, yeah, definitely not.
That's the only one I've seen on the list, so that's pretty much all I could speak to.
The Favorite looks like it's in some like Victorian age, like estate. So, I mean, that probably looks kind of nice. First Man, that's one I'm surprised was not. I forgot to mention that. That was one of my favorites of the year.
Really?
I love that movie. That does like, you compare that to Bohemian Rhapsody, that does everything like a biopic should do, right? And Bohemian Rhapsody is how you do one wrong.
Yeah.
And that's also Damien Chazelle, who did La La Land and Whiplash, which were huge Oscar contenders in like the past couple years when they came out. So, I'm surprised that's not up there, but I doubt it'll win this, and I don't think it'll go to Mary Poppins either. So maybe Roma or maybe The Favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cinematography, Star is Born, probably.
Hope so.
Roma, maybe. Never Look Away, never heard of it. The Favorite and Cold War. I would guess A Star is Born. Had really good cinematography. Yeah. Costume design, we got Buster Scruggs, Black Panther, The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, Mary Queen of Scots.
Here's one that might go to Black Panther.
That's what I was just gonna say. That's probably.
I think this is one that they hit out of the park.
Yeah, it's that I can easily see that winning. In fact, I'd be pretty surprised if it didn't. And I that might be the only thing it would win. I'd be shocked if it won Best Picture. So, sound editing, A Quiet Place, Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, maybe First Man. That's some pretty like sick sound design in there. Yeah, these ones are just like you can't unless there's like a really like big technical movie like a Dunkirk or a Mad Max. You can usually just say it's going to go to that. But this is like more of a tricky one. I think First Man is about as close as it gets to that. Okay. So otherwise, I don't know, maybe A Quiet Place. Oh no, maybe Bohemian Rhapsody too. Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really know this year. Original score: Black Panther, Black Klansman, If Beale Street Could Talk, Isle of Dogs, Mary Poppins Returns. Maybe Black Panther.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a great album. I loved the score for Black Klansman. The latter half of the movie, scene changes with like that sweet, soul-heavy guitar
Yeah, there
riff
is really good music in that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Isle of Dogs had some cool stuff also, but that's not going to win. They already did the Wes Anderson thing once, and when they gave it to Grand Budapest over Interstellar for best score. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. But they're not going to do that again. It's probably going to be Black Panther. Film editing.
Yeah.
Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, The Favorite, Vice.
I like Vice, yeah.
I mentioned I love the editing in that movie. I think it looks sick. It could probably go to Bohemian Rhapsody, but that would be... Vice was like that. If it's going to win somewhere.
It would be this.
It's just like really fast and... Yeah, if you want to read is this the last one?
Yeah, makeup and hairstyling, Border, Mary Queen of Scots, and Vice.
Probably Vice. Oh yeah, easily Vice. Are you kidding me?
Has to be, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, the Dick Cheney fit. Yeah, that's insane. The other ones I haven't seen, but oh wait, yeah, that Mary Queen of Scots movie was like with Margot Robbie and what's her name, Saoirse Ronan.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't know. That movie was like not reviewed well, but.
Oh yeah.
So, what do you think? Any surprises?
Yeah, no, Bradley Cooper left out for Best Director.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest surprise.
Maybe they're like negative surprises. Like I completely forgot about First Man too. I would have expected that to at least get some more than just like 2 or 3 technical awards.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would have been surprised that Black Panther gets nominated for Best Picture if like, we didn't already all know that was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure. Like I felt about his like when Wonder Woman was kind of like gunning for a Best Picture nomination, like I probably thought Black Panther had like a similar, maybe a little better chance, but then it got nominated for the Golden Globe, so
and they kind of sealed the deal.
Now it's not much of a surprise.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of other things that might have been left out. I also want to mention Ryan Gosling in First Man is really good.
Okay.
But not his best performance, but it's like you would think it's like a typical one they'd throw in there. But the 4 that I knew on there for best like male performance, like were all really good. Like, so I don't think he stood a chance against them. I didn't know the Willem Dafoe performance, so I can't really speak to that.
Same.
I don't even know what movie that was. Yeah, what else? No.
Any final predictions?
Any final predictions? No, I pretty much covered. I mean, my prediction is that I'm not gonna be like very impressed, but I'm not gonna be surprised with the actual awards.
I think. Well, I'm hoping that A Star Is Born makes up for just getting totally ripped off at the Golden Globes. I hope it wins big.
Did it win nothing?
It won Best Original Song for Shallow.
Yeah.
So again, no conceivable universe where Shallow doesn't win Best Original Song at the Oscars.
That's true.
All right, the Academy.
Yeah, might be like the biggest like gimme for the entire thing.
100%.
What else do you think's guaranteed?
Because Best Animated is gonna go to Spider-Man.
I don't know if that's guaranteed.
I
think they could do Incredibles 2 and do something really dumb.
I'd be surprised.
I mean, I'd be like angrily surprised. They always mess it up when they gave it to Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
What? I hate that movie. I don't know why people like that movie. It's pretty whatever. And then Lego Movie not being nominated, and then Lego Batman movie not being nominated.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, it is very disrespectful.
Yeah, but I think other than original song, there's no shoo-ins.
Yeah, and it's mostly because there's nothing that really stands out above the crowd. I mean, except for Star Is Born for you, but just from like a holistic standpoint of audiences, critics, and like, I don't know, other journalists like clearly think it's going to be a winner. There's not one of these this year, so I always feel like it's going to be Green Book or Bohemian Rhapsody. If it's something else, I'll be pretty shocked. Like maybe Star Is Born. I guess I'd be happy with that one. That's our nominations. I'll be interested to see when it goes down. I don't know when they are. Sometime late February usually.
22nd, 24th.
Yeah, whatever. Well, this has been fun.
It's been a blast.
Dave, thanks for coming on. I'm glad we restrained ourselves for like 8 hours today before we checked out these nominations. What did you guys think of the Oscar nominations? Let me know. Write it in the comments or on the Instagram post or something. I'm curious. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.